And welcome to Power Up with Power Coach Alishia. It's Power Coach Alishia here, your source of fun, funny, exciting, entertaining, and educational, plus transformational life coaching, speaking, and soul healing with a twist of tough mama bear, no fluff, no hand holding, no bullshit love. I specialize in helping you get out of your own way, put yourself first without feeling guilty, and find yourself again. And today we're talking all about you don't have to. So it's my week to record podcasts. And so, oh, wait, can you hear me? Oh, for the love. I bet you can't even hear me because I didn't pick up this microphone. Educational plus. Oh, yay. Transformation. I'm so grateful that it switched to my computer audio because I've been recording podcasts, which I don't even know if they've been working. I don't know. It's fine. Hi, Latoya. I've been recording podcasts and I don't even know what I was going to say now. Oh, and the topic of you don't have to came up in my head as I was recording them. So I thought that's what we're going to talk about today. So, yes, I'm in my room. My oldest has his girlfriend over. I think Daniel is cooking dinner. So, instead of not doing today's Power Up with Power Coach Alishia, I just decided it was going to be in my room where I could still rock it out and not have all these crazy distractions around me. But I don't even know if this is working. I don't know. My computer decides to work sometimes and doesn't work others. I don't know. So let me just make sure that it's not actually freezing, even though it's showing that it is. Okay, cool. So part of what I was talking about in this podcast episode that's coming up for you in a couple of weeks was that we get kind of wrapped up in what we see other people doing, and then we feel like we have to as well. Or we see what other people are getting, and we're like, I want that too. And I think that it's okay that you want what other people have, right? If you truly want what other people have. Or if you know that I need to stop moving my head because of that light. But if you know that it's something that you have to do to whatever, I don't know, take yourself to the next level or, oh no, hold on, I need to get in front of that light so that's not like that the whole time. Take your business to the next level or your life to the next level or your relationships to the next level, whatever it is. Make sure you say hi to me in the comments when you guys get on here. This is a little weird for me to be doing this live here, but we're going to rock it out. If it's something you know that you have to do, right, and you see someone else doing it, okay, then it's your reminder. But if you see someone else doing something and you're like, feel pressure to do, I don't know how to explain it, feel pressure to compete almost, I think that's probably a better way. It's like comparison, right? Oh, they're doing that. They're succeeding there. Like, I need to be doing that too. I need to be taking that action so I have that same result too. Right? Does that, is that like what you really want to do? Is that something that you actually feel connected to? Hi, Candy. Like, is that what you really want to do? Maybe, maybe not, right? But you need to be connected with yourself enough to know, like, you don't have to. You don't have to want what other people want. You don't have to do what other people think that you should do. You don't have to lose the weight if you don't want to take that like action. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's so much pressure around us with everything that we see all the time that we're constantly feeling like we have to. So if you resonate with this, I want you to type me in the comments if this sounds like something that you've been dealing with or you've dealt with. So shout out me in the comments if you're like connecting with what I'm saying and you're dealing with this or you have dealt with this, right? Because there's so much going on around you all the time, right? So much going on around you. And so many things that are showing you, if this is how you're viewing them, but things that are showing you that you're inadequate, or you're not doing enough, you're not being enough. And if you want to live up to these things, right, you have to do this and you have to do that and you have to be this way and you have to show up this way. And that kind of pressure creates so much inner turmoil. It's the reason why you struggle to sleep at night, you know? It's the reason why you feel like you have to live up to this standard. It's why your life tends to feel turbulent instead of smooth and flowy and peaceful. Because the you have to list that you feel like you have to do, it grows every day, especially with social media, right? You can easily see right in front of your face, you know, how lazy you are, how fat you are, how unsuccessful you are, how much you're not doing, right? It's just like right in front of your face. It's not deliberate. Like the person who's posting their before and after photos of the weight loss is not trying to insinuate anything with you, right? But the whole time you're just comparing and comparing and comparing and comparing. And clearly seeing that like you're not doing for you what you need to be doing. And so I wanted to just do this live from the perspective of you don't have to share that like you don't have to do these things in order to fit some sort of mold, like what we talked about in the Get Your Shift Together workshop, right? You don't have to do these things to fit into these molds, to fit into these boxes, because that's what you see. And the only way to stop yourself from taking action, right? And when you feel like you have to, is to be mindful of your emotions and how you're feeling inside as you're going to take that action or you're looking at that. For me lately, I've been seeing a lot of weight loss stuff, you know? And this weight loss stuff, I'm like, man, I should be. Hi, Vera. I should be losing weight. I should be, you know, eating better. I should be drinking more water. I have to do this. Why? You know? You feeling that pressure? If you've been feeling that pressure lately, tell me I'm not alone. Drop a 1 in the comments if you've been feeling that pressure. Because it's weird. These people aren't attempting to put this pressure on you. And some might say, well, if you're feeling pressured, you know what that means? That you need to do it. Do I? Do I have to do it just because I'm feeling pressured? Maybe I'm feeling pressured because I'm not okay accepting that I'm okay the way that I am, you know? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's true, maybe that's not true. It depends on where it comes from. Like, I would say a good 50% of the time I would love to lose weight. I would say 35 pounds would be great, right? But the other 50% of the time, I'm like, I look cute, you know? I'm feeling pretty good. And I love the food I eat, you know? And so that's where my head's at. And so what am I saying? I'm saying that yes, these may be signs for you to step up and, you know, do something for yourself that may need to be done. But I'm also saying the only way you're going to know if there's signs is if you are going within and connecting to how you're feeling. How are you feeling? How is it sitting within you? Like, seeing those before and after pictures, half the time I feel bummed. I'm like, man, I should have just stuck to it. I should have just done it, you know? I should have just stayed going. But I think one of the things that we don't think about in our journey is everything happens for a reason, right? Why is it that some people can be like, you know, fat their whole life and then lose all the weight and keep it off forever? Well, that was part of their journey, right? That was part of what they were supposed to be doing. Like, it truly was part of their journey. And I do think that our journey is also maybe holding on to the weight, or The reason why we don't stick to the diet, hi Tammy, is because that part of the journey, whatever little part it was when you were on that diet, was what you needed for that moment. I don't know. Like I can't say that. So I don't know. It's a little contradictory, right? Some of the stuff that I'm saying, because it's kind of, it's confusing. Because sometimes you'll see those before and after pictures, and you're like, I need to lose the weight, and you feel called to do it, and you're driven, and you start working out, and you go for it. And then other times you see it and you're like, I should be doing that, but you don't feel connected to it. I think it's really all about how you feel. Because for me, like at this time of year, I tend to get like my spark for losing weight. So for me, I will like start drinking more water, I'll start exercising. I take all of this action for myself to lose weight and get healthy. And really, like anything that I do really doesn't work. I will say that. Like, the only thing that I have found that works well is keto, and we don't have the time for that. We truly don't. Like, have you guys ever noticed how many fucking ingredients keto meals have? And they take forever. I mean, I'm sure I could just like order them in or something like that, but I lost a pretty good chunk of weight pretty quickly that way, you know? But this is the time that I get really motivated, and then I stay that way until like February or March. And then I'm like, fuck it. You know, I don't want to do it. And then I'm back off that track. That's the whole thing. That's what this live is about, though. You don't have to. It's okay to decide that this is what you want to do right now, and then decide that it's not what you want to do. I think that our lives are so shoved full, should do, must do, have to, forced to, required to, that we never just stop and think that there's an ebb and flow to everything, right? Like, you can ebb and flow through this. You don't have to force yourself into these boxes and into these molds and stay there, right? You can go with the flow. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if our world has always been like this. I can't, like in my head, I can't connect to if our world has always been like this. But it just feels like everything is so pressury. Do you feel that? Shout out in the comments, yes, right? Or no, right? If you don't feel it, type no. Just pressure to fill in the blank. So then you're like, God, I gotta do this. I gotta figure this out. I have to do this. Why? Why do you have to? I think when things come from a place of have to, they always fail. You don't make it. It doesn't work. It doesn't come out the way that you want it to, because it's coming from a place of forcefulness. I learned this very recently about being a direct sales coach. And, I have to stretch out my leg. Hold on. I actually talked about this in the podcast that I just recorded. And for you guys, it'll come out in a couple of weeks. Hold on. My leg. Okay, I'm back. I thought I didn't want to be a direct sales coach. You know, I thought that it wasn't for me. I thought that what I wanted was to just be a life coach. And, I need to sit up. And so when I was, that's even more weird. You guys are just going to have to deal with the fucking light. 9 months. I didn't do anything in the direct sales industry. 9 months. In 9 years, I have never done that. 9 months, I just quit. I didn't do anything. And then a couple weeks ago, I started getting this, like, something is missing. Like, I'm supposed to be so excited right now, and I don't feel excited. Why don't you feel excited? It's not decoration. You're like, you're decorated. It's not that. So what's going on? Like, why don't you feel excited? What's going on? What is missing? And I'm like, well, I want to be life coaching. You are life coaching. That's not it. You're in the middle of a launch right now. You're getting ready to go into the Get Your Shift Together workshop. That's not it. Something's missing. I'm supposed to be so excited, you know? I'm sitting with it. You know, it's missing. I'm not direct sales coaching. No, that can't be it. You said you wanted to quit. You said it's not what you want to do. You said that you wanted to follow your dreams and do what you were born to do. It can't be that. Actually, it is that. It's so much that this conversation I'm having with myself, right? It is so much that is what's missing. This is the time of year where I'm doing my Rock Your Holidays. I'm teaching all of this cool stuff about selling and building your business at this time of year. This is what I have done for the last 9 years. And before that, I was actually doing it in my business. And now I'm not doing that. Like, well, is it that you miss being a direct sales coach, or are you missing, teaching that stuff right now? Oh no, I'm missing teaching that stuff and being a like this is the conversation. And so I'm like, then why the fuck have you always wanted to quit to follow your dreams? Why has this been a thing? Why has this been an issue? Why has this been coming up for you for 9 years that you started being a direct sales coach? Why is this a thing? And it boiled down to I felt like I had to. I felt like I was being forced to be a direct sales coach because that's what my coach told me I needed to do. And because I don't like authority and I don't like being bossed around, I have spent the last 9 years attempting to stop doing something I felt like I had to do. But the truth was, I never had to do it. The truth was, I actually loved it and I felt connected to it, but I couldn't see that because I was so focused on what I had to do. So I talk more about this in the podcast that, like I said, you're going to hear in a couple of weeks, but is it really that you feel the pressure? Or is it really that you put that pressure on, right? Like, really, truly, I'm the one that made myself feel like I had to be a direct sales coach. I never had to do it. It wasn't a requirement. At any time, I could have done anything else. And truly, I would make way more money if I went and worked at a company as a sales rep. Because that's what I'm amazing at, is selling. Like, that's my fucking jam as far as, like, what to do to make money. Selling is it. I can sell anything to anyone. So I could be working for Comcast right now and making $200,000 a year plus, like, bonuses, on top of that. Like, I know that. However, I don't want to do that. So I'm not doing it, right? But all this time I felt like I had to be a direct seller. That's what I had to do to make money and put food on the table and da 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 da. And then, the truth is, oh my God, my kid needs to go to practice right now. Hold on. I need to send a message. That's funny that I just realized that. Hopefully they remembered, because I just barely remembered and my phone didn't remind us. Oh, for shit's sakes, you guys. My life. And I didn't put it in the calendar. I screwed everything up today. Anyway. Is today the 26th? Wait, is it Monday? Oh. My kid has to write me back and say, Tuesday, Thursday, Mom, chill out. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I was like, I don't even know what day of the week it is. The pressure is the pressure we're putting on ourselves. It's the truth. It's the pressure that we're putting on ourselves. Like, I've loved being a direct sales coach. It's an absolute part of my life and what I do, and I'm so fucking good at it, and I love it. But I can't have a life without life coaching. Like, I have to life coach, and not like life coach inside of direct sales coaching. Like, there has to be a whole thing around just life coaching. Like, that is so important to me. So what I had to do was create a business model that included both of them that I felt connected to. That's actually what I had to do, right? That's what needed to be done. So I don't know, this pressure that we have is the pressure that we put on ourselves. You can have a thriving business. As a direct seller, you could be selling $100,000 a year. That's $8,333.33 a month in sales. You could be selling that right now. But you think that in order to sell that much in your business, that you'd have to sacrifice so many other things. Pressure, right? You'd have to go without so much pressure. That in order to do it, your time would be taken up so much that you wouldn't have quality time for other things. Pressure. All that shit's lies, though, you know? We feel like we have to do all of these things that we're putting this pressure on to do, but we don't really see that that pressure is coming from ourselves. We think that that pressure is coming from the outside in, and it's not. I was just talking about this on this podcast episode too. You'll have to listen to it. It'll come out 2 weeks from Thursday. No? No, it'll come out next Thursday. It's like, for me, I am caught always between comparing my current self to my past success and my current self to someone else's current success. So I'm usually trapped in between there. And being trapped there causes me to make decisions for myself that are not what feels good, that are not in like the best interest of me. Like, no, I can't do that. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do this. I have to do that. And if I don't do these things, then I'm not going to succeed. But that's because I'm trapped in between those two comparisons. The name of the podcast episode is called Comparison is the Thief of Joy. It's a great episode. I highly recommend you listen to it next Thursday, November, whatever the fuck, 4th. I'm like, I don't know what day it is. So anyways, this is kind of like a riffing of what's on my mind and what I've been thinking about. It's also like parenting, right? Oh, I have 2 episodes that I recorded. I don't know what fucking episode what's coming. I think the next episode is all about relinquishing control. So the next episode after that, November 11th, oh yay, it's Veterans Day. On Veterans Day is Comparison is the Thief of Joy. Relinquishing Control is coming out next week, and then Comparison is the Thief of Joy. It's like parenting, though. So much pressure on our children to do and be and live up to what we expect of them, and we don't ever take that pressure off for them to like figure out where they fit. Even though I have a 12 and 15-year-old, my 15-year-old, I've pulled off the pressure because I've already done what I need to do. I've already given him what he needs. I have already taught him what he needs to know for this stage of his life, for him to start stepping into his own power and growing into his own self. And then in this journey, obviously, I'm going to still be imparting my wisdom and giving him more, of course. But the foundation of this is done for where he's at right now. And to sit here and manipulate and control this while he needs to step into his power and make his decisions and make his mistakes and like find his way, it's just going to cause me lots of pressure and angst, right? And stress, because at this stage your kids are going to do what they're going to do because now it's time for them to fly, right? I think that's what I'm being led to. That's what I'm being shown, right? That at 15 years old, it's like he's stepping into that power for himself. It's like the pressure we put on ourselves. No, we need to be there. We need to help him. We need to control it. We need to make him do what we need to make him do. And if we don't do that, we're not good parents. Or are you a better parent when you let your kid move forward and make mistakes and fall on their face and be there to help them through that, to grow through that, to learn through that, you know? I really do think that this pressure is internal pressure coming from external things we see. So we put the pressure on ourselves based on what we're seeing around us. So with that, I just want to say to you that the only way around this of the, you don't have to's, even though you feel like you have to, and the pressure that's there, the only way around this is to focus on how you feel. Your feelings tell you if that pressure is like good pressure, like the pressure of a diamond, on coal. Is it coal to make a diamond? I'm pretty sure it is, right? If it's good pressure, the perfect amount of pressure for a diamond to come out of it, or is it too much pressure and everything's just going to explode? The only way you're going to know the difference between that is how you feel. And I'm learning in this, like in this specific, like right now, in the journey that I'm in right now, not a past journey, not, anything like that, that the way I feel is my guide. And I haven't been the best at listening to that. And so I've been feeling so good, you guys. Like, yes, 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 this is the right track. This is what I need. This is what I'm connected to. This is what I should do. This is what feels good. And I should do it because it feels so good and it's right for me. Yes, yes, yes. To the last couple of days, like, I need to be doing that, and I should be doing that, and have to if I want to. There's this coach I'm always drawn back to because she's just like, do whatever the fuck you want. Do what feels good. Do what you feel called to do with a little bit of strategy. And I love that about her because when you're in that state, things feel so good, even though they're moving forward, right? But when you're in the state of like, I have to do this if I want that result, have to do this if I want that result, have to do this if I want that result, without feeling into anything in the same breath, it's a shit show. There is strategy. Like, as a business owner, there is strategy. There's steps you have to follow, things that you have to implement at a certain level and with consistency to get results. However, I think so much in life we are so focused on doing everything that in every single step, in every single way, and not missing a thing because we're worried about failing, that we don't realize that some things aren't for us. Some things don't fit for us. Some things don't work with our personalities. Some things don't connect with our business. Some things don't connect with what feels best for us. And you can remove those things and still have the success, right? I don't know. You're like, well, what are those things? What can I remove? What do I need to keep? Well, that, I wouldn't say that that's relative, like that's all relative to the person, but I would say your feelings will tell you. There's got to be a little bit of uncomfortability, and in order to grow, of course, but there's also got to be feeling good about it as you're going through it at the same time. Like, for example, my party plan power camp that I teach, you cannot go through that and take stuff out of it. You can't. If you take stuff out of it, it will change your entire result, right? So in that instance, you can't do that. You're like, well, I don't want to do this one part. Okay, well, then your entire result's going to be changed, right? Could you not do it? Of course you could. But it's more about feeling into, like, are you excited for this change? Are you excited for this journey? Are you excited to learn this information? Yes, then go for it. But then there's my Facebook Parties Made Easy training, right? That training has a lot of fucking elements to it. And there are elements that can be left out and you'll still be successful. There are things that maybe you just, I can't do all of the posts. That's way too many posting or whatever, So there are some things that can be left out in your journey for like growing your business. But then there's those foundational things that have to be there. Why am I sharing this? Because some coaches will say to me that I need to be posting 3 times a day in my Facebook communities in order to get the interaction. And another coach says, no. You only need to be posting 3 times a week and then using that content as the resource for people to help them through their challenges. Ooh, I like that. I love that. Ooh, that's brilliant. I love the way that feels. I love the way that connects with me. I'm fucking over posting 3 to 5 times a day. I'm over it. I don't give a fuck about it anymore. If that's what I need to do in order to make my business successful, I'm fucking out, and I've accepted that, right? But this 3 times a week and use that content to connect with people and educate people and give them value. Okay, I can get behind that, right? So there's also phases of growth in life, right? Sometimes you just don't know so much, so you just jump in and you're doing everything that you can do because you don't know any better. And then it's as you grow, you realize, okay, last time I took a meditation course, that course was like literally 45-minute meditations. I'm never going to do that. Like, I did not succeed at that course because 45-minute meditations were too much for me. However, that 15 to 20-minute mark was perfect for my soul. So I'm going to take this other like meditation for chakras course And remember that 45 minutes was too long for me before, but I'm not going to shut down the idea that I might have evolved into 45-minute meditations could be good because they're different sound waves, for chakras. Does this make sense to you, what I'm saying? I hope it does. I feel like I'm all over the place, but like on a perfect track all at the same time. So, one of the things that I want to share here is there's going to be our weekly sessions that we have here, and I'm definitely going to be using them as resources, like in that example. You're probably only going to see about 3 posts a week from me here inside of Power Up Your Life, but they're going to be great posts and really connected for you. And then there's also the lives here that I do once a week as well. And you're going to see more freebies coming from me that you can utilize in your life to help you grow and change. But the one thing that I will say, and the biggest staple that I have for you for personal power, I guess I would say, is my Soul Circle community. So, Soul Circle is basically the foundation of my life coaching. And twice a month we meet in Soul Circle and we are talking all about whatever you're going through. Soul Circle has no agenda. If my family pisses me off before I go live, then I use that as a lesson to coach you at the beginning of that session. And then we go straight into exactly what the fuck anybody needs who's on that live. And, or you could be on replay. You can send in your success and challenge ahead of time. I will coach you through it just like you're there. And then you can show up. Soul Circle is like your continued education while you are doing deep dives into subjects. So let's say you're in my Shift Happens program. That's amazing for the next 8 weeks to learn how to get out of your own way, put yourself first without feeling guilty, and find yourself again. Shift Happens, though, only opens twice a year. So in the meantime, you could be in continued education / growth inside of Soul Circle. Or when you get done with Shift Happens, Soul Circle is the perfect place to go to next and stay there until something else kicks up for you that you want to deep dive into. So if you would like to chat more about Soul Circle and see if it's a good fit for you, I'd love for you to shout out Soul Circle in the comments. I'll send you a message. We'll talk a little bit and we'll see if it's a good fit for you. It might not be. It is my monthly membership program. And right now it's lesser money than what it's going to be when I launch it again. When I do a full launch for Soul Circle next, it will be $167 a month. That's what it's going to be when I do a full launch for it. But right now you'll have the opportunity to test drive it, jump into a couple of sessions that we have and see if it's for you. People really love the fact that there is no agenda, but it is very well structured. I don't even know how to explain it. It's structured, but there's no agenda. Tammy, did you listen to the replay of last week? It was freaking fire. It was fire. I don't even know if I posted it in the damn group. I did. I've been so much better about it. I know I did. The replay was amazing. So if you haven't listened to it, I am telling you that your soul needs what that session gave. For whatever reason, I feel like it does. So you need to go listen to that session. So anyways, if you're watching this on replay, just shout out Soul Circle in the comments and then we'll chat about it and see if it's a good fit for you. You'll be able to test drive it for 30 days before you pay the full fee. It'll just be like a little test drive fee. So let me know, Soul Circle in the comments, and we shall go from there. Remember, each Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I am live here in the Power Up Your Life group every single week. And we're just chatting about a different aspect of life, what comes up for me, things that I want to talk about. And we're turning my life's journey into life lessons for you and coaching for you, because I believe that the best way for me to coach you is to coach you on my real life experiences and journey and the things that I'm going through. Yay! I'm so happy to hear that. So happy to hear that you relax to get re-energized. Okay, so we'll be back here next Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And Tammy, I will tag you in that so that you can have that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. See you later. Bye.